Okay, alrighty, so now we're back here and we started planting already. Our first little cucumber in there. So this is how we're doing it here, is I'm measuring out about 2 foot, 1, 2, and then what I'm doing here in the soil, I have these little extra piles of cow and horse manure kind of off the side here, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that in just a second. So here's what we're doing here. I kind of dig down into the freshly conditioned soil. Get some of this peppered stuff here on the surface down in there. And I want to make a big enough well to where the water and the nutrients kind of stay trapped along the roots there. Also makes a little bit of a barrier for some ground bugs to get to it. Make it a little harder for them to do it. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a handful of the cow and horse manure, break it up and sprinkle it down in here into the base. And then what I'm going to do is grab some of the native soil that's conditioned and put it directly on top. And on top of this is where my roots for my starter will actually sit. I don't want it sitting directly onto the manure, because as it continues to compose, it'll create heat and acidity, and it's going to cause potential damage to those young tender roots. So we want to protect them a little bit, but we want to give them the option to be able to tap down into there when they need to. And once this breaks down, it kind of joins the rest of the soil. And this stuff is sprinkled over the top here on the surface. We'll do the same thing. It'll kind of get washed down with each rain and each irrigation process into the soil, and kind of give the underneath side here a little extra nutrition, so when the roots actually tap through and grow into a more mature plant, they have something to reach into. Doing this right now with Carpenito Brothers starters. And that's a very common thing that most people are going to be able to do. Most people won't be able to have their own starters kind of done at home. So you just want to massage the box a little bit here, break up the roots a little bit. You notice they're kind of grown into one another. So what you want to do now is find one of the stems and gently just work your way down and try to separate the roots. Just kind of tease them apart very gently here. Don't tug them, don't tear them, just tease them apart gently. Now what we're going to do, we're going to set this off to the side here. As you see, we set it on top like a little sushi roll. Right? That's on top of our native soil pile, on top of our already conditioned soil and that extra cow manure. Now we're going to grab some native soil here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pack around it in a little bit of a mound right up to the stem line here, to give it both a little structure and support, and cover the roots, of course. And then kind of make sure that our trench is wide enough to be able to trap moisture not directly onto the roots or onto the stem, but around it in a moat area. And then what we're going to do is we're going to measure 2 feet out again.